You want a sweet little country song? We don't do quiet. We don't test, it should only known. We don't do quiet. We don't do quiet, we don't do small boots. Hit hard, make the whole bar fall. Little bit sweet, little bit reckless. You can't hang, you can't handle Texas.
Hey, how's it going out there on the beat and the business tonight with Tracy Two Step? And you can say your name.
Peace, I'm Ray Swoop. You know who it is. The great
How
Ray
you
Swoop.
doing?
How's everybody doing? How you living, party people?
Hey, we are doing good. You are on the beat and the business with Boots, Stars, Guitars Productions tonight. We have a pro industry level individual to bring to you right now what I want you to do, because we're coming to you live, not just through our broadcast, not just through any type of radio. We are coming live to you first, like we always do. Share this with your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your dog. Get it out there. Come on over and engage. Give us some comments. Poke at us. That's what radio. We love when you get involved. Come get involved with us in the community. So I'm giving you a few minutes here because we've got a guest tonight, Mr. Ray Swoop.
Yo,
And I decided to take ourselves to a little old place. And as we went to the place in Houston, Texas, of all places, some good friends of mine, Ray, I met you. Good friends of mine said, "Hey, Trace, you may want to go check out something." So we won't get too much into them. But the person that's coming on, I'm walking in and I'm, stepping back out, trying to get back out there. Ray, you're doing the same thing. So
of course.
yeah, I just eased on over, saw this nice person just sitting there and was like, well, I don't know why, but I was drawn to this person. So literally drawn to her, Ray. How about
I
you?
know. Oh yeah, for sure. We saw her sitting up, posted up, and had her DJs out there with them, and of course, they were professional, and just we definitely people that we I felt like it would be advantageous for us to know, introduce ourselves to, and meet. And it was very fortunate and wise and intelligent thing that we did. I'm really glad that we did. And I'm anxious to get her out here and introduce her to the people, and talk to her, pick her brain, let's see what she can tell the cool people.
Most definitely. So as we're rolling in the beat in the business by Boots, Stars, Guitars, Tracy Two Step, Ray Swoop. There's two O's in there and an E on the end. Y'all can't forget that part. Tracy Two Step, you don't spell it. It's the number 2. If you do, you're in the wrong spot. Tonight, we have the diva over here, and it is Mileva the Diva.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing?
Hey.
I'm doing great. I'm so happy that I was able to reconnect. Ray really reached out to me a few times around the new year and kept in touch. So thank you for that, Ray.
Call them it on.
Yeah, things were kind of crazy for me around the holidays. So I said, hey, let's reconvene after the madness of the new year. So here we are. Here we are.
Most definitely. Well, it's so good to have you on. I was just letting them know. So we all actually met. I normally don't wear shades like this, y'all, but I have a problem with my eye. But that's why you need to go over and check out the channel. Just anything under Tracy Two Step, that's the number 2. And you can actually be a part of the show visually, not just in our audio format. Mileva the Diva. I remember walking into a spot, and Ray and I had probably met not too long before that. And someone introduced us and said, I think that the two of you need to get together. And I said, all right. And they were right. And then I was like, I think we need to go to this. This is where we need to go. I come from a very different background, every genre of music. But I had worked in a rock station. A lot of people are shocked. Like, you worked at the rock. I'm like, yes, I did. At the rock station, I've worked with in multiple areas of music. I didn't know who you were at all, Miss Mileva, the Diva, except there was a diva sitting there very respectfully watching the stage. And I was like, okay, she looks really comfortable. And I like being comfortable. And I like my food. So I was like, I'm going to go see who she just had a great energy coming out of you. Little did I know, I'm about to turn it over and let Ray and you have a little chat. But I want to say thank you to you, because you were my person that night that I knew that I was supposed to go there and meet.
Yes,
We had some conversations that we'll have again later on. But this
absolutely.
is my partner. I want Mileva the Diva for Boot Stars Guitars and anything else we're doing in music. You made me feel comfortable, loved, and appreciated,
Oh,
my
that makes me
friend.
happy.
And I am so happy to have you. So I'm turning it over to Ray and to you to get
All
into a
right.
little bit of you and how you are the diva.
All
Yes,
right.
man. Good evening. Good evening. How you doing this evening, man?
I am doing wonderful, Ray. I'm blessed to be here for real.
For sure, for sure, for sure. And it was like Tracy was expressing. It was really, really great meeting you guys, you and the crew, the DJs, and
Yes.
you hipping us to KERP, and obviously we are familiar with you and what it is that you
Mhm.
do, but just just basically just tell us about you, tell us who you are, tell us how you got started, and tell us what KERP is, and what you guys represent.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm glad that you mentioned how we met because that was actually at the SLM Awards. The SLM Awards support local music. And KERB had been nominated for Best Local Business, and we did win that night. Yeah.
Yes.
That was our fourth nomination and our third win. So
Nice, nice, nice.
that was amazing. That was amazing. But KERB, Cutting Edge Radio Broadcasting, is what that stands for. I started that radio station back in April of 2022. As a matter of fact, on the 29th, it'll be 4 years that we've been live on air.
Nice.
Um, if you want me, I can give you a little bit of the backstory as to why I started it because
Yeah, of
um,
course. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I
definitely.
also host my own shows. I have 3 radio programs that I host of my own and a podcast also. And
Nice.
so I was on someone else's radio station and I was also their marketing and promotion director. And things kind of went south. They kind of, took for granted what I was bringing to the station. You know how that goes.
Mhm.
And I just got frustrated and I said, you know what? If you can start a radio station with the skills that I have, I know I can.
I know that's right.
And so that's what I did. I spent 2 weeks. I put my shows on hiatus. I told everyone, just hold up, they coming back. And 5 other broadcasters also were kind of fed up. So they came with me.
Nice.
And so for 2 weeks, I locked myself in the room with my laptop and I built this station, the website, everything.
Nice.
And on April 29th, we went live at midnight and everyone that week started their shows. And it's just been uphill from there,
Dope.
basically.
Dope.
And we got to meet a couple of those DJs that actually won as well.
Yes, DJ Tom Cruise was there. And I'm trying to remember who else was there. His co-host, Boo Boo Johnson, was there.
Mhm.
I can't remember who else was there, but yeah, there were about 3 of us there that night.
Mhm.
Some of our DJs are not here in Texas. Some of them are in Arkansas, Ohio, North Carolina. So we have hosts from all over the country and world. As a matter of fact, we have people in the UK, Scotland. So when I say we're global, we're global.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
For sure. We got the background. I say so. Like you talked about a number of shows that you guys host on that. Tell us about the shows. Like, what are these shows? Like, what kind of shows do you guys actually host on there on the station?
Well, Tracy said a good point. She's very diverse in genres of music, and that's how I was raised. My background is I am biracial. So in my household, you could go from Kenny Rogers to Aerosmith to Run DMC to
Right.
Michael Jackson. I mean, we heard it all growing up. And so that stuck with me. And it's one of the reasons why when I started KERB, I was very adamant not to be one or two genres. When I say we're diverse,
Mhm.
go to the station. Okay.
Mhm.
You're going to hear within 30 minutes probably about 6 genres of music. Okay. For everything from new hip hop, old hip hop, classic rock, new rock, country, pop, I'm a piano, go-go, zydeco, house music, gospel, jazz. I mean, we got it all.
Oh, wow.
And so that kind of carried over into my shows as well. So on Fridays, I have the Friday Drive and I do old school hip hop. 80s through, well, 80s, 90s, and then 2000s.
So,
And then I also sprinkle in a little bit of party music at the end because it's Friday, right? You're trying to get ready for the weekend.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then on Saturdays I have Planet Rock, so I do 70s through 80s classic rock, and then 90s to 2000s modern rock,
So,
and that's on from 5 to 7. Both of those are on from 5 to 7 every Friday and Saturday. And then
okay.
on Sunday, I decided to go back to my gospel roots, and so I have a show called Yeshua's Cafe.
Okay.
I put a little spin on it because it's actually gospel jazz and
Oh,
gospel neo soul.
okay.
So it's, real smooth vibe, but still getting your praise on.
That's dope.
And so those are my 3 music shows. And then I also have a podcast with the co-host every Wednesday from 6 to 7 called the Midweek Mic Drop Podcast. And over there we talk about everything. Everything. So faith, relationships, the mess that is currently going on in the world, all of it. We talk about it all.
Right on.
So
Wow.
those are my shows. Those are my programs. They could take up a lot of time because I also have 2 businesses outside of KERB that I'm also running as well. So yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. Busy.
Yeah.
So, how would our interested listeners, how would they tap in and listen to those shows? How could I lock in and listen to them and and rock along with KRB?
So the website is kerbonline.live, curbonline.live, and you can go and listen. We also have an Android app and an iPhone app, Apple app, iOS app, whatever you want to call it. We got them both. And again, my shows are on Fridays and Saturdays, 5 to 7, Sundays, noon to 2 p.m. Central Time, of course. And then the podcast is on from 6 to 7. So curbonline.live. You can follow me on Facebook at Michelle Lee Evans on Instagram, Mileva the Diva on Facebook, and also Michelle Lee Evans on TikTok. And it's Michelle with 1 L, okay? Because everybody always trying to throw 2 L's in my name, and I'm like, stop it. It's just 1 L.
For sure.
One L, 1 L.
Yes.
You guys ever play like indie artists? Like
I am
indie
so glad you mentioned that because I've been getting a lot of indie artists sending me music, and what I'm doing is creating a folder. I'm actually going to create a segment for just indie music because I don't want to put indie music in with the main programming because it'll get lost.
Okay.
If we're going to highlight it, then we need to highlight it.
Right on, for sure.
So, I will put it out there. If anyone is an artist out there and you want to get your music played on KERB, please send it along because right now I don't have enough to actually start a segment. So we really do need some independent artists to start sending in their music, and then we'll get that segment up and start rolling it out. Definitely.
How would an indie artist send it to you? How would you prefer?
They can email it. I'm sorry.
What format would you need it in? No, I said what format? How could you send it in what format?
I was going to get into that. Because it is exceptionally important. I cannot tell you how many times people will send their music and they'll send an MP3 with no cover art, no metadata. It's like, TT's remix. And I'm like, what is this? I cannot put this on the radio. So please, artists, you put a lot of work into your music as you should, but do not forsake, okay, when you're sending your music out, having your metadata in MP3 format. Make sure you have cover art. You don't have to pay a lot of money to get a fancy, cover art edit. Just, we are in the age of AI. Use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can use AI, but make sure that you have all of that metadata, and then you can forward that music to Mileva the Diva at curbonline.live, or you can go to the radio station curbonline.live, and I actually have a button there that says submit your music. Either way, it'll come to me. Very easy, very easy.
If you can't figure out going there to get your music on, you might not need to be in it.
You don't need to be. You go and find something else to do.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. You know why I love this? So you mentioned not only do you have your shows, but you also have, a talking segments, and
Yes.
then there's music. There's all sorts of sources of places and locations to get information nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And so when
Mm-hmm.
you're looking and searching for whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's music, whether it's an untold story, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's something inspiring, or it's, true heroism type stories,
Yes.
that's where I started too. So it's
Mm-hmm.
jumping into the stories, and then I had to jump back over to music. Music is very therapeutic.
Yes.
So you just mentioned you didn't have enough of the indie artists. I've got more than thousands and thousands.
Yeah,
Bring
Ray
it
will tell
on.
you,
yeah, for sure,
Bring
for
it
sure.
on.
we've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands, to the
Yes.
point where we are trying to decide, and we're being picky.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
actually, Mileva, it is a little bit about what you were saying earlier. In order to do what you do and the tech side of it and building up shows and everything that
Mm-hmm.
needs to go with it, I don't think a lot of people understand that.
They
And
don't.
so when I'm over here hustling, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it live too. And I'm going to put it out there for everybody to get involved. That's a whole different level. But
Yes.
I do love it. But we were being picky and still are on purpose, just
Mm-hmm.
because we want to have that mutual home of respect,
Yes.
somewhere where we can belong to as a unit, as a
Mm-hmm.
friend, an individual that's like, you know what, I got you. I've done that. I've been there, and that's what home is to me. So, no,
Yeah.
it's in my personal life. This is my passion, but it is also something that it's the entertainment industry as
Yeah.
well. So, in ways you found yourself going, whoa, wait a minute. I believe, I'm not going to discuss our personal stories, but you and I sitting there that night, uh,
Mm.
we paid attention, so don't think that we didn't. However,
Yeah.
we started talking, and I was like, oh my goodness, like ding, ding. I was
Yeah.
going, holy cow,
It
you
was
got
clicking.
me.
It was clicking. It was
It was
clicking.
just like,
Yeah.
literally, it's like something from above. And I'm a believer, so I'm going
Yeah.
to
Me
put that out
too.
real quick. See,
Me
I knew,
too.
I knew it. Something was just telling me, you can tell her, say this, say that, and I was like, well, wait a minute. So we have some things in common, and if
Mm-hmm.
anyone goes out to look at sergeant2stepfoundation.org, you'll see the story. And I always say it goes
Yeah.
from being a foster kid to a Gold Star mom, which is a surviving parent, surviving mother of a
Mm-hmm.
soldier who was serving and did not come home. So
Mm.
we were able to discuss everything from growing up in ways that no child should,
Right.
onto where I was at, and you were just like, so your whole soul was sitting there like a big hug,
Yeah.
just grabbed me, and I
I
was,
listening to you, it pained me to hear your story
oh
because I have children. We both share the foster home situation, and I don't know
yes,
all of your story as you don't know all of
right,
mine, but we do share that. But when you talked about the loss of your son, that punched me in the gut because I have two sons, and so it's like I can't imagine. I just couldn't. So yeah, that touched me in a different way.
in a different way. Yeah, it's I'm glad right now that I am blessed enough to where I can get on a phone or be here right now and saying something, and other people can look at it, and I can talk to them and
Mm-hmm.
say, you know what, I get it. It
Yeah.
sucks bad. There's a lot of things that suck really bad every day,
Yeah.
but it won't be exactly that way constantly. I'm not ever going to tell you it gets better, but because I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But the part that I recognized was you picked up on me as a person too. You didn't
Hmm.
jump into the whole, oh, because of this, because of that. We actually started, you were paying attention to me as a person. And
Yes.
that went big because I usually get the pause as soon as someone hears, and I don't tell everybody, but I guess I am tonight. I'm telling the people in here.
Yeah.
But as soon as I will talk to my son, that part, yes, I do.
Hmm.
But there's things we spoke about that, all that's been said so far is, foster kid. Now, I don't
Yeah.
mind getting my story out. I've had a bunch of people say, please go get your story out. And I'm like, it's not time yet.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out when it's time. So you actually would have been the very first person in the business of what you're doing that I just completely told. And I was like,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
came right back to me and she understood. There's the key. She actually
Yeah.
Right.
understood in her heart. And I went, oh my goodness, Ray, I'm going to sit right here. And when you go meet somebody, let me know because I think I met my person who I care to be around.
Right.
I'm not
Cool.
kidding. I was like, I have met my person in this
Yes.
business for the first time
I
since I
mean,
came
that's
back.
really what it takes when especially in this business, to find somebody that finds you. And
Yeah.
when I say find somebody that finds you, find somebody because you know when you know with this business is the foundation of it is business, and with any kind of business, you know, you talk about promotion, and then when you talk
Yeah.
about promotion, when it comes to music and the music industry, you start building. So when you start building, you potentially, I mean, you had the potential to kind of put on extras, or you kind of show the star of your. So
Mhm.
you don't really show your relatable self or your frail self or your more insecure self. So when you find
Yeah.
that you can
That's
kind
true.
of reveal those things too in this business and still be taken serious, still you know, be given credit for your talent, and still be
Yeah.
willing to look after you, look out for you, work with you, work for help you, and you know, it kind of you know, it makes it all that much more worthwhile. So I mean, I greatly you know, I definitely felt a warm spirit from yourself when we got together. And like I said, you and then you had the other DJs that were there as well. I spent a lot of time talking to those guys, and
Hmm.
you know, the wealth of information, the knowledge that they had as far as
Yeah.
craft, for the music, for the industry itself. So you know, I love how everything kind of connected and you know, pulled together. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely. And I will say this, that kindred spirits do have a way of finding one another, and sometimes it's in the strangest of places.
exactly.
Um, you know, because I wasn't really sure that I was even going to go to the awards that night because you know, my DJ Tom Cruise, he was there and he had accepted the year before for me.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
but then I said, you know, no, let me go. You know, I don't have an excuse not to go. So let me get up and put on a half a face and whatever.
Mhm.
And so, you know,
I
just
like that.
sitting there,
Happy
and
face.
just sitting there, you know, in that environment, people will come up to you, you know, pitching their music or saying, hey, here's my band info. And I'm always grateful for that and I accept it. But I'm usually just kind of in that mode of expecting that. Like, okay, people are going to start coming up. Let me put on the face, girl. You know,
Mhm.
hi, how you doing? You know, but with you guys, when you came over, there was definitely a genuine feeling about y'all. It wasn't just, hey, let's talk business right off the cuff, but
Right.
it was the mention of, hey, you know, I do this and I do that, and I'm telling y'all what I do. But then, yes, the conversation took a very different turn,
Right.
and it became us sharing some of the things in our lives that were painful and maybe even connected us to music in the way that it did.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I appreciated that too.
Nice,
So,
nice, nice.
yeah.
Dope, dope. I got a
Well,
question. I know you had mentioned, you know, that you were looking to expand the brand into like playing indie music. But I was like,
Yes.
what's next up for KERB? Like, what is your vision for the future of KERB, and what do you guys plan on doing? You know, in this next, you know, couple years of with you know being the way the industry is. What do you guys got going on? You know, for future? Is it you gonna keep rolling like you rolling, or you got
Well,
some new ideas? Or
growth is always wanted. You know, right now we have about 20, a little under 20 broadcasters, and I'm still looking for that too. I'm looking for
yeah,
more broadcasters. So,
yeah, for sure.
you know, if you know people that have shows and want to get on there as a host, then yeah,
Right,
let's go. We can do that too.
right on. For sure, for
But
sure.
I also spoke to Tracy about a foundation because a part of me is most definitely wanting the radio station to do more than just play music 24 hours a day.
Right,
Okay.
right.
mhm.
I would like to be able to have a foundation for the radio station where we're in the community and we're working to help
Right.
people because that's something that's personal to me. I enjoy going out and helping people.
Right.
I don't always have the money to do that.
Right.
However, you know,
Right.
when you're dipping in your personal pocket, it's different.
It
Right.
is. It is different.
So, you know, the heart is there, but the bank is saying no. Okay.
I know that's right. Yeah, I can relate. I can relate.
So yeah,
I
I
can
would
relate.
love to get a foundation going of some sort for KERB so that we can move in a different manner. And outside of that, just continue growing the fan base and the listener base. Who knows? You know, Sirius XM may say, "Hey, come on over here." I doubt it, but because there's such a monopoly.
Right.
But
Right.
who knows? Who
Right.
knows? God works, so we'll see.
Right on. For
It's
sure.
funny you mentioned them. That is someone's reaching out to me that does work with them, and to be really honest with you, we're more interested in you. So
Right.
I don't care if
Wow.
you're with.
Wow.
You could be with the highest of the names. To me, it's about people. You also mentioned foundation. So the Sergeant Two Step Foundation, the beat of the brave lives on. There's the foundation that we can do a lot together out there
Hmm.
in the community. So I did
Yes.
jump in and get that going right about the same time. But the less about me, but it also goes back to you because I heard it when you first came in the show. For anyone that wasn't in the beginning of the show, I heard you mention you were somewhere else. It just wasn't working out. And you were like, you know what? I got this. I
Mhm.
don't think you were being appreciated. I don't think you were being respected for what you could do. These are
Mhm.
my words, not yours.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I can just read you.
Mm.
And it's that. It
Yeah.
literally is. Life's too short. I just can't. If someone came to me with $1 million check and said, but you have to work under these conditions, I would
There it
turn it.
is.
I'd
There
Mm.
it
turn it
is.
down. I would in a heartbeat. Do I need to pay bills and my electric bill and I have a teenager? Yes. But
Yeah.
I have had to learn the hard way through life that it's
Mhm.
the energy around you, the people around you, and what you're
Absolutely.
doing that makes a difference. So anywhere we're going, whether it's Ray Swoop, Tracy Two Step, Ray is part of the foundation. People
Mhm.
that we find that want to get involved, it's not just my foundation. It is a foundation that is going to make a difference. Old school radio used to be all nonprofits, used to
Mhm.
be out in the community and putting on events and doing a lot. And I'm
Right.
like, where did everybody go? What
Yeah.
happened? Like,
Yeah.
you want to send the music, but what are you doing? Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand. And
Where's the
so,
work at? Where's the
where,
work at?
where are the people who actually
Or
Yeah.
even the
care?
outreach. Where's the
Yeah,
outreach to the people that you broadcasting to?
That's
And you
that's
yeah,
what I'm
listen
talking
and
about.
support,
Because you want people to come and listen to the music and buy your merch or whatever, but some of them people are starving. Some of those
Mhm.
people are hurting. So
yeah,
yeah, I do believe in that. So that's one thing that the main thing that I really want to get going for
yeah.
KERB.
Nice.
Well, I'm all here for that. And like I said, we have the Sergeant Two Step Foundation that is there for you, for everyone. And that is why, if you go look on the site, it'll say from foster kid, and then it's got almost everything in between because we got to talking a little bit that night and you have an idea of a picture. Uh, Actually, I'll even say it right now because I'm just one of those kinds of people. Y'all be sure to hit the buttons out there. So I've got us on multiple platforms right now live. Um, growing up, you look right now and you're like, oh, well, she didn't have a clue. And I'm like, be careful, be careful, because when you go about judging, you don't have a clue what you're doing there, and
That's
you're
right.
opening a door. I have to have I have no saliva from beating cancer, so I have to put a mint in. I've been judged for that, so I was making sure to pick that one up real quick. I saw the comment.
Wow.
But not just that. I mean, it's um, there's no way that that girl knows what she's talking about. There's no way that she's ever experienced being homeless or growing up around addicted parents and growing up around things that I can't really talk about right now because we're
You're right.
live.
Yeah.
And we will get a strike. I don't need any strikes on
Don't
the
want to do
account.
that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Mhm.
But my point of what I'm trying to get across is there was just something that night about you that I went, she gets it. She knows it.
I
And I
get it.
didn't even know why you were there. That's the funny part. So Mileva is sitting at this table, and there's another table for attorneys or something. Just like, tabletop, like a 3 or 4
Yeah.
seat tabletop. And it said reserved. And now I was asking you, is what I did. Oh, who is this table for? Because I wanted to get off my feet.
Right.
And you had mentioned,
Meals.
oh, It's like an attorney. It was votes. It was for some
Yeah.
attorneys or something. Actually, they never showed up. So I
They
ended
didn't. That table next to us never showed up.
they never showed up. So I ended up getting to sit by you.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
was like,
fate.
man,
It was fate, man. It was supposed to be, man. We were supposed to. They didn't show up because they weren't supposed to.
right.
They weren't
And
supposed
then
to.
it was amazing because then Ray, Ray got to go network. We were there also to find Jay. Jay Reckless was somebody that we were told, go find Jay Reckless.
Yeah, I
And I was
follow
like,
him on
yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Ray, you go there. I'm going to hang out here with Mileva. I had no clue. Number one, I finally asked you. I was like, so what is it that you're doing here?
Right. Like, why
He
are
was
you
like,
just sitting here?
well, I'm
Right?
here. I'm actually here because we were nominated through the station. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And it was
Yeah.
getting upon the time where they were going to announce who was winning.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll be damned if we didn't just turn around and they were like, ta-da!
Here you
Oh,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations once again. So you said, wait a minute, you guys have won 3 from out of the last 4 years?
Yeah. So it's really crazy. It's really crazy, and it's a testament to how good God is, because we got nominated and won the very first award 7 months after we started the station
That's dope. That's
in
really
2022.
That's really
We got honorary mention in 2023, and then we won in 2024 and last year. So yeah, it's been a ride, and I'm thankful. Huh?
What is that process like? Like, what is that process like? Like, how did you get nominated? Who nominated you? How did they find
The listeners, supporters nominate you. They'll put it out there. Hey, go ahead and nominate your person or your business for best local business. And so the listeners will do it. Family, friends, whomever.
Right.
So once we get nominated, then there's the voting. Everyone goes back and votes. So I have to really thank everybody. From the crew, the staff, family, friends, and the listeners who really boosted us the way that they did.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
really
Yeah.
dope. And that's
typically how it
that's
works.
really, really good, considering that it is like an organic growth. It's
Yeah.
the community. It's
Yeah.
the people that you broadcast into. It's the people that you support that support you. So it
Yeah,
the whole,
absolutely.
like
So,
universal circle that kind of completes itself. That's really, really dope. That's really
yes.
dope. Mhm.
So
That's dope.
I am thankful for everyone who has supported the radio station. And I have to be honest with you, over the past probably couple of months, I've been in that burnout period, and I've really tried to pull back. Like, my shows are still going, but I'm throwing in replays right now because I'm tired. Okay.
I can dig it.
And yeah, sometimes you just got to pull back, because it's not just my shows, but I'm literally maintaining the entire radio station. And I have shows that have to be entered into the system every single week. And it's like, it's nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
So, I had to pull back from my shows for a while, and I even thought about stopping altogether.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Now I'm in that stage. You know what? Let me just go ahead and take this rest and recuperate and get other things together, and I'll come back a little stronger.
Most
Right on.
definitely. It is so funny how we're running on like the same playing field or something there. That's interesting. Even
Yeah.
after we met, some more things happened
Mm,
within the entertainment industry. And I actually was like, I don't know if I would like to continue. I'm debating on what I'd like to do, but then you've got the Beat in the Business here with Ray Swoop, who's been holding down the fort there with the Beat in the Business. And then you've got BSG, Boots, Stars, Guitars. So I made a few changes is what I did.
mhm.
And then our stories and everything that we do on our talk show, I decided I'll start producing it. I'll do running the tech, but I was letting others host for me. And so I'm producing, I'm doing all the buttons. So when you said running into the ground, I was like, I think there's somebody out there who understands exactly what I'm talking
Understood.
Right.
Understood, because I
Yes.
told you I also run a couple of other businesses, and one of them is I'm a notary public and a signing agent. I also have the Fragrant Offering, which is my business where I make the biblical perfume oils and botanical oils. And I literally just repackaged everything for that business.
Wow.
That wore me out. Okay,
I bet
that
it did.
true, that wore me out. And I said, I need to step back from radio just for a moment, from my shows,
Your shows,
just
yeah.
for a moment, so I can, rest and revitalize and not die,
Right on.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Well, actually, it's funny. We're laughing about that, but I'm going to tell you, I do believe with all the stress, all the life that hits you, it can make you sick. So
Yeah.
I guarantee that my cancer, everything that hit me, it was it was from being so stressed and sick and
Yeah.
growing up through things that even at my age, things were just unusual. The doctors couldn't figure it out. And I'm
Mhm.
telling you, I believe that lifestyle plays into that. And
Yeah.
so making the decision to remove yourself from a circle of
Mhm.
either individuals, companies, or people in general is a conscious decision that I had to make too. And
Yeah.
it's been an ongoing thing that I keep having to tell myself. Ray, talking to Ray, let him go do the phone call, or
Yeah.
like, you know what, I don't want to, because I don't know how many days I have left with the
Mhm.
young. I've still got one. He'll graduate soon, but still, I
Yeah.
prefer and would like to choose my time and who I'm with very wisely. And
Yeah.
even though we've needed a radio station, I'm not going to lie, because we did leave. So after meeting you, it's going on probably 60 days, probably, Ray. I don't know.
Something like that.
Are we on 60 days?
It was in
Yeah,
December.
60 days, literally left a station. And it was the best decision to make.
Mhm.
And so looking for another station has been interesting because of, I really don't want a lot of what someone else might want. They were
Yeah.
like, well, shoot, we'll set up an apartment and hand you the key in Tennessee. And I'm from Nashville. I'm like, but I'm in Texas right now. They're like, well, no, but we'll do. And I said, listen, we can talk later. But I
Yeah.
don't believe what I'm doing is what you're doing. You're doing what I would have done. Not that I'm that old, everybody, but if you'd have caught me at 22, 23, 24,
Right. Right.
when I didn't know better, maybe. And it's not a no to those people. It just doesn't fit right now.
Yeah.
Just
There you
doesn't
go.
fit right now. And so
Right.
I had been telling Ray, do you have her card? I don't know. I was wearing him out. I was like, Ray, please tell me that you got her
Oh yeah.
card.
Yeah,
And
I sent it to you. I've sent it to you about 2-3 different times.
Yeah.
she's
You
telling
asked me for it again. To again. I know you said,
Listen, she's
Timing.
busy. She's busy,
Yeah.
Well,
right?
timing. So I tell the truth. Timing and the things that came along with ending that relationship with the other individuals and all of that drained me. It literally knocked me down. I tell the truth. And I had to pull myself back up and say, okay, we're going to keep going, but we're going to be effective. And it's like quality control. Where do we
Right.
want to be and with who?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that is why it's like, it was not the right time to call you and say, boo hoo, this just happened. It was no, let's get it all together, package it up, deal with it. And then I was like, where's it at, Ray? I need to find her phone number. He's like,
Yeah.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, he reached out to me, I want to say about 3 or 4 times, around like right before the holidays, like right before Christmas, I think. And then we kind of kept in touch, throughout the new year. And, and then we kind of fell off just for a moment. So when you reached out to me the other day, I was like, oh, great. Because I had just thought about you guys. And I was like, I wonder, should I send them an email? Because it's been a minute. And you ended up emailing me. So perfect.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, for
And then
sure.
I
That's-
finally got to text you back and was like, oh my Lord, thank goodness when Ray said who was coming on. Y'all need to get a hold of Ray Swoop, by the way. So Ray Swoop, there's an E on the end and two O's. You can find him easily out there on any of your programs, platforms. You can find him. Now, that's the beat in the business. That's the show we're on tonight. And Mileva is an industry pro. We try to bring you the people behind the industry. And
Yes.
tonight we're doing that with Mileva the Diva. I know her real name, so I keep wanting to go
Say
there.
Michelle, and that's fine too. I mean, it's fine. I mean, my real name is Michelle. Maleva
Yeah.
is just an acronym of my full name, Michelle Lee
Yeah.
Evans.
Nope, I love it. I love it. It's just like I get it too, like two step. I'm like, yeah, it's two step and it's with a two, and don't you go spelling that thing either.
Yes.
So, Tracy two step. So definitely. So Mileva the Diva, two of our programs are very music based.
Okay.
But yet we have the artists with us. So like right about now, we would be in. We would have had 15 more minutes. We would have played a few of their songs and kind of got the feel of, how do we feel about this? And the funny part about this, Ray will tell on me too. Boy, we better not let anybody come on here that we don't like their music, because when I hear music, I'm immediate. Like,
Yes.
I don't even like. I just don't. I just move. If it's good, it's good. If
It's a
not,
vibe. It's
you
a
don't want
vibe,
me
and
just
it's
sitting
immediate. Yeah. Yeah. Soon as that first note comes on, generally
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, you
okay.
know in about 10 seconds, whether you like a song or not.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
that's
if
the
I'm
bad
in,
thing. Yeah. Me running live shows like that, it's like, ooh, well, I guess I'm going to give some feedback. And so the good news is that hasn't happened yet. Not
oh,
while
well, that's good.
not yet. But everybody can always improve. So that's why we encourage everyone with your music, your stories to reach out as well. So
Yeah, just be nice, you guys, because I
Right.
would be really hurt if like someone just kind of was mean to an artist, like, oh, that's garbage. Listen, when you're
you
critiquing
don't do that.
someone's music, come with actual critiques. Don't be a
Yes,
jerk.
ma'am.
Okay. Don't
Yes.
insult them. Don't be mean. Just say, hey, the flow is a little off, or whatever it is,
Right.
whatever critique
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
Don't just be like, oh, that's junk, that's garbage. That's so
Right.
rude. Don't do that.
Right. For
Yeah,
sure.
no, ma'am. That is actually something I would never do. But I would
Yeah.
go, hey, you know what, man? Let's talk a little on some back channels. I might have some ideas
Mhm.
there that I think might be a tweak, or somebody I know that
Mhm.
maybe you want to connect with. So it's about that
Yeah.
networking and moving through the circle. Or, of course,
Yeah.
Ray himself, too. So it just depends on the artist, which lane they're in, which genre
Yeah.
they're in. But definitely. So the music is therapeutic. The music is the universal language. And so for me, songwriting and being able to do music is
Mhm.
something that now I don't want to sing, everybody. I don't want, I would rather be sitting over there with Mileva the Diva watching Ray on that stage rather than
Okay.
rather than putting me up there. I want to be sitting where you're sitting. But I
Right.
do love to write. So the songwriting side of it, 1,000%, having the actual indie artist, 1,000%, having the diversity of background and stories, 100%. And so I believe that what Ray said, like, and you said it too, it's fate to meet you. Had you
Mhm.
done radio, Mileva, before the individual you were working with? Was that something you grew up and you were going to be in radio, or that just came?
No, actually, in 2018, I started a podcast and I was just kind of doing that. Actually, no, that's incorrect. I was on Facebook just running my mouth, right? It's what I do. I'm talking about whatever the issue is of the day. And a friend of mine who was already in radio, um, her phone is over here beeping. I'm sorry. She said, you need to be on radio because you have a lot of opinions. You're very strong with your opinions. You articulate them well. You really should be on radio. And so it was another radio station we were on. And it's kind of like the owner of that station. This is an internet radio station now. But for some reason, he kind of felt like he was Sirius XM and was trying to put the hammer of Thor on us as far as the content what we were discussing. Like, I'm from DC.
Right.
So go-go music has been essential in my music. And so despite the fact that I'm in Houston, when I'm playing my music, I would always throw in at least one go-go song like towards the end of the show, just to let people know this is where I come from. Right.
Right.
And he
Yeah.
would always say, well, we're in Houston, but you're global, right? So that means you have listeners everywhere, including
Right.
outside of the United States, that
Right.
may want exposure to that music. Why are you all in my business? Is the
Right.
point. This is
Right.
my show. So
Yeah.
Right.
let me play my music, right? So we weren't there very long.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was in 2018. And then I went to the other station. And then finally, I just said, you know what? I'm not dealing with y'all. Okay. I
Right.
can make my own station. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm
What is
glad
that
that you
experience
did.
like and running a radio station? Like how, like, if anybody was interested, any of our listeners was interested in potentially creating a radio station or starting a radio station, what is that experience like? Like, to
Um,
start a station, to run a station, to be responsible
I'm
for
not
creating
gonna
your show?
say it's difficult. It just depends on the host that you use.
Right.
I happen to use a company in Portugal. They're called BR Logic.
Mhm.
And they make it very, very simple, but it's just a tedious task of getting all of your music and setting up your schedules. But once you really get that going, it's just maintaining it. Downloading the newest music and making sure you're shuffling your playlist. And if you have syndicated shows, making sure that you get their shows in during
Yeah.
their slot every week. And so it's not very difficult. You just have to have the dedication and getting it done.
Right on. For
I'm
That's
sure.
glad
it.
you asked that, Ray, because the number one thing that was being pushed at me, we just got back from the some radio awards actually,
Mhm.
or I did actually. I went there, a whole different side, from all the way from Houston all the way up outside of Dallas actually. And
Okay.
one of the number one things that has happened to me nonstop is we want you to start a radio station. I'm like, no, no, I don't need to
Yeah.
start one because I know what I'm doing on this end, and I know
Hmm.
what you're talking about. That work of
Yeah.
doing it.
You didn't
Could
even
I
believe
do
in the
it?
diva. You didn't even need
Yeah,
a radio station. You didn't believe in the diva. She got a
that's what
radio
I
station.
mean. Now there are people out there who've already been doing the work.
Mhm.
They
Right.
are already on the right path. Why
Hmm.
do I need to jump over and like be me, me, me? I'm not like
Right.
that. I mean, I can help us get to where we need to go. I can connect with Ray and like minded people. And then we
Hmm.
can find our home in the music industry world where it will be multiple radio stations. I mean, it would be
Yes.
silly for me right now. It would not be a smart decision. So my answer has been no. And that's where they were like, well, what if we get you the setup in the office and the key to a
Right.
place in this? I'm like, no.
You're not hearing me.
Understand.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, all I was
yeah.
seeing was like work, 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 like making me work
Yeah.
nonstop. So I was like,
And
listen, I'll do this. I'll take your show that you want and you want it produced, then we will be able to do your show. I can produce
right.
your show, I can do all the tech, I can do all sorts of things, but I'm from PR, marketing, branding, A&R. But to be honest with you, this side of it, I'm happy. I'm happy
Yeah.
being able to do this. I am not happy with not choosing a station yet, but there's a reason that we have said no. And I swear to you, there's been several people have been like, no, I met somebody. It's
Yeah.
just the time. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And then when I go, I will let you know. And obviously, we're letting the world know now who Ray and I are secret lover out there in Houston,
Hey.
Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
99.9 KERB. So
Yes.
cutting edge. And Mileva the Diva over here, right before I met you, I went to speak at a music conference called Cutting Edge. I'm not kidding. You can Google that and go, I'll be damned.
See?
So I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
More faith. Look at that. Look
Yeah,
at
right.
that.
Things
I
lining
had
up.
just gone there and spoke. Great people. You'd love them out of New Orleans. I'm going to go again this year. But I absolutely love them. So these are people that I look up to who've been in the business for a very long time. And
Okay.
so I had a wonderful time there. And I also had a wonderful time in Houston at the local music awards. So
Yeah.
I'm so
A
glad that I
time
went.
was had. A
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
was had. We
yeah,
had some drinks. We had some conversation. We
Yeah.
enjoyed the music. It was a good night. It really was a good
yes.
night.
For sure.
Yep,
For
it was
sure.
a great night. So we got to meet you out of it. I have a question for you. When you're wrapping your show, um, so you do have shows that do not
Yeah.
have music in them, number one.
Just the one
The
podcast.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like so like we do.
Yeah.
And then you have your music rolling not those are for you, not the other DJs because they're all going to have their I know how it works. They're all going to
Yeah.
have their own setup.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely for indie artists or artists in general, songwriters, um, Ray and I can definitely handle that. It's just a matter of like this clip, for instance. I know what I'm doing tech wise, so I'm
Mhm.
not scared to put us out here live. Are there some things that I would edit if we're to put it on station? Of course there is.
Right.
And you don't
Right.
want dead air. You hardly are. I don't think you'll get dead air with me though, and especially with Ray because he's gonna speak up over me and say, "Hey."
Yeah, I'm a person that doesn't really do dead air either. I hate it. And when I hear my broadcasters and it's like dead space, I'm like, what are you doing? Did you die
Yeah,
for 2 minutes? Come on. What are you? Don't do that.
Right.
That like my OCD just kicks in and it's like, no, please don't.
please
Right.
do not do that. You are being heard. You
Oh,
are
yeah.
being listened
Believe
to.
it, I got a question. What advice would you give to any artist that is kind of new and kind of just getting started, and they,
Mhm.
want to familiarize themselves with the industry, and they come to a person like someone like yourself? What advice would you give to an artist to, get them going and to get them to prep them to be on KERB?
Um, if they're brand new, I would say first of all, focus on your music first. Okay,
Right.
get your art together. That's
Right.
number one because that's what you're putting out there, and so there should be a level of perfection that you put into that. So focus on that first. And as I said earlier, I'm not really picky about the music as long as when I turn it on, it doesn't make my ears hurt, right? I don't care about the genre. I don't police people as far as the content, though I will say I don't like a whole lot of cursing. Like if it's just, F your mama, F your daddy, F your I try to tell them, clean it up a little bit because that makes it marketable. If
Yeah,
someone turns
Right.
on the radio and they're hearing the F bomb dropped, 20, 30 times in a row, yeah, I don't even want to hear that. Okay. And I own the
no, I don't
station. So
either.
Right.
please let's respect the listeners. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, clean it up. You can have your little dirty version that you put out
yeah,
wherever you want to, but for radio, clean it up. Clean
Right.
yeah.
it up.
For sure.
Radio
Please.
edit, radio clean, and radio edit. That is
Yes.
a standard coming across the board. No
Yes.
matter which show, that's a given. It's funny you said that. I always joke and I say, if I ever say the F word, go get bail money because it's just not something that comes out of me. So
Yeah.
if it comes out of me, it's like oh,
It's
like
it's it's something
we need
has pulled it out.
Right.
something's going on and we need to figure
Yeah.
it out because that
Same.
girl just said that word.
Same. If I'm using that kind of language, you need to move. You need to step
Something's
aside,
wrong.
please. Just go.
Extremely. Yeah. I
Yeah,
have
I
enjoyed
was
this.
still been spent on a lot of street corners in my day, and so so I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll be standing around. We cuss like pirates. We cuss like, but at the same time, you have to know where you are and who you are
Yes.
with, and then you have to be intelligent enough. So there's so many words in the English language that you don't have to. It's like a lot of times it just comes out naturally, but at the same
Sure.
time, I do that as best that I can to temper it. And then, like you said, I also create radio edits. Although in my
Yeah.
art, when I create, I do the best I can not to use that language unless it's for emphasis.
Sir, please preach because I remember I had one DJ that was on and it got to the point where when we were on the other station, he was with us and he used to get cut off. Like the other owner would just disconnect him. And I would always tell him, he would use the N word. It was F bombs. This, he would tell people to kill themselves. I'm like, listen, my brother.
Wow.
I'm gonna need you to reel it in, you know. And he was, you know, it was always, I'm intelligent. But if you're so intelligent, then you would be able to get your point across without dropping F-bombs and calling people the N-word and telling people to off themselves. I mean, you know, intelligence can do that.
Right. Yeah.
So clean it up.
For sure. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, as we come to the end of this show, man, I want to thank you so much for popping out and coming out here for us and imparting your wisdom, man, and you know, just giving us the game. You know, this is the beat in the business. So, you know, obviously you gave us the business. You definitely gave our listeners the business. You know,
yeah.
And if I could
just,
man, can you all be online? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if we're wrapping up, first and foremost, thank the two of you for, you know, Ray for keeping on me and shooting me those emails. And Tracy again for, you know, you are what I will call a kindred spirit for sure. And we definitely have so much work to do together.
Oh, yeah.
And the three of us, we have so much work to do together. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to having you as a part of KERB. I'm looking forward to being a part of the foundation that you set up so that we can go out here and serve.
Right on.
Okay, because that's just as important. Very, very important.
That's the most important.
And just artists out there, remember what I said earlier, if you're just tuning in or you tuned in the last few minutes or whatever, if you are going to submit music again, make sure you got your metadata together. Make sure you got a cover art. If I get a MP3 that says TJ25 remix and it's just, I'm not even.
Right on.
I'm not even, please.
Going anywhere. It's gonna sit there.
Yeah, it's gonna sit there in the inbox until it gets deleted. So please, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to help y'all out. Okay. Please be professional. Yeah, please be professional. So I'm looking forward to everything that is to come. And again, thank you for having me on the show. I enjoyed it so much.
I've enjoyed it too. We are getting lots of messages. I do see all of your messages. So one of the reasons that I will go live like this on a show is it lets the other individuals engage. So there's a certain channel. There's somewhere around 300 of them right now. So I'm watching their messages into us and saying thank you to you as we discuss things. And the funny part is, any of these platforms that you're on, like none of us are AI at all. But have you seen any of the summaries that come up about what you might be doing now within the industry?
I have not. No.
You have not. Yeah.
AI summaries?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So right now, a radio founder discusses the vision for the station and the new foundation. Wow. So, yeah, it just gave me that answer. I'm sitting here while we're on a platform within one of my marketing agencies. I am looking at a media agency, but there again is where we're being picky. But we do. I want to do a shout out to them. We appreciate you. We thank you for tuning in, every one of you, when we go live like this. Hey, there you go. Hey, you got somebody popping in here. So. Can you see that?
Okay, that is DJ Happy Feet. He is another DJ on KERB, Bergeron Boy. What's up, Kobe?
There he is. Yep. Was he there that night?
No, he was not. He lives I think they're in Louisiana.
There we go. Ooh,
yeah, okay, DJ Happy Feet.
What part of Louisiana specifically?
I don't know. You would have to ask him. I'm not sure.
Okay. Hey, Happy Feet. Well, Cutting Edge is in Louisiana.
Right.
So the world's largest music conference, which is where I spoke right before I ran into you. He is in Lafayette.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, New Orleans. So in New Orleans, Cutting Edge with a C. Mileva, Cutting Edge is with a K. So Cutting Edge with a C. Look that up.
I'm going to do that because I might want to go to that.
Yeah, let me know.
That sounds like a good time.
Well, it's good people and a good time. And a lot of the artists that go, they're actually with the foundation too. So they introduced me to it. Ray, have you been out there?
I haven't actually been to Cutting Edge. I got invited to I met Eric at Springboard. So he sent me a few invites for this year. So I'm putting my ducks in the row to I'm looking forward to pulling up this year and seeing what's to it.
Yeah, I'm going to let them know that, yes, I do want to attend again, and I will speak. I'll ask to put you on a panel there, Mileva. We'll get in there and talk about
That would be
being
amazing.
independent. And Ray, we can get in there and talk about being independent, working within the community. And then, of course, shout out to not just Eric from Cutting Edge, but Henry Turner Jr.
Yeah.
They've named libraries, museums after him. He is an amazing mentor. Yeah, he's with us too, as far as mentoring and sticking with us with the show. So shout out to them. But I knew when I met you that I found the person, but the timing, I needed to wait a little bit and get rid of, I have to tell the truth, get rid of some people that were hanging on. And I was like, yeah, we need to make a few adjustments here. And I'm so happy. It's like weight has been lifted off. And then I was like, Ray, you got to, it's time. Get a hold of it. He's like, I already said. I was like, well, now's the time.
I've been on it since I've followed up with it.
Ray's been on it.
Yeah,
Ray has been on it.
Yeah.
And I've just been sitting here patiently. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm never in a rush. I'm always here. So it's like whatever's going on that you needed to take care of, everything is going to come together in perfect timing.
I know.
Most definitely. Timing is the key word there. And when I came to you, I wanted it to be not while I was hitched to another contractual obligation. So, there's that.
Yeah. I feel you. I get it.
And so that what I call dead weight is gone. And even our nonprofit, beautiful, good people. But again, I would much rather go over there, Ray, with Mileva the Diva, DJ Happy Feet, and all of you, and work with you, then I would take a job. Yeah.
And just to let you know, DJ Happy Feet, Kobe, he is a twin. He has a twin brother named Chase. He goes by DJ Weirdo. So they're both on KERB.
Right.
I love that. So what he probably doesn't know, I'm going to let him know. So I actually have it's live through TikTok right now. So he's probably wondering, where are all those people she's getting? It's actually on TikTok's an experiment we're doing lately. And of course, normally we would have a lot of music, but I do see a lot of the people here tuning in.
Hello, everybody.
We're on about 12 to 14 different channels right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's why someone like Ray is amazing. So when I'm muting myself and it looks like I'm talking and I forgot to unmute, I'm not. I'm actually engaging with our listeners and those who'd like to be a part of the show. Just reach out, get in touch with Tracy Two-Step. It's very easy to find. You can find Ray Swoop. Again, that's SWOOPE. Don't misspell that. Tracy Two-Step is with a 2. And again, Miss Mileva the Diva from her.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a K. That's a K.
That's
KERB. KERB 99.9, the station. I knew when I met her that it was time. Oh, well, here, look, you got him giving us some information here. By the way, you can tune in to Music Your Way on Wednesday, 3 to 4:30 in Louisiana.
Go ahead, Kobe.
Bon Top, Saturday night from 7 to 12.
He put that commercial in there. Go ahead.
You got to plug it.
He did that plug. I am not mad at you. Go ahead, Kirby. I said Kirby, Kobe.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, call him Kirby.
Right. You include it's Kobe with the radio station. So that might be
Kobe with Kirby.
Kobe with the radio station, make it Kirby.
Now they have their own radio station too that I broadcast on 107.7 K Twin in Louisiana. So I am affiliated with that station as well. So that's their station.
Yeah, you're hitting me because the station that we were with was out of Louisiana. So we do want to get Louisiana back, and we want Texas, and then It's mainly because that's where we are. I mean, but taking it all over is the plan. But
Yes.
jumping in and where do we want to jump in is something that you just I've learned way too much that it's like, nope, I can already
Yeah.
tell by the one phone call that that's just not going to be a happy feet. I will not have happy feet. DJ over there shouting it out for KERB on
Yes.
site with Mileva the Diva live for the episode on the beat and the business with Ray Swoop and myself, Tracy Two Step. Tune in, Boots, Stars, Guitars, where we have our Marine Bronco Jr. coming in to do his music. He's out of the Conroe, Texas area. I have not listened to his music yet, so I can't wait to see what I'm going to be thrown. When you mentioned that, I was like, ooh, do you know how many times I've had to go research? And then I won't. So the good news is after all the networking with the indie artists, stations, and going places to network, when you said not having enough, I was like, holy cow, that's probably the Ray, would you say that's probably the bigger advantage that we have is that we have so much that we don't have a home for them. So having that home for all of these independent artists and then taking care of them properly, you know, and some are young or they haven't got it down in the business yet. They don't know what a one sheet is. They don't even know what their logo would be or if it can be something else. So, I mean, that's a lot of the work that we're doing over here. And then we've never charged a dime for all of that work, even when we were with the other stations too. So we love
I've done that too. I have actually for some of these artists, they just, with the cover art and stuff like that, they just don't even have a vision of what that might be. I do that too. I do help people with logos. That's another part of my other business. I help people with logos, and I don't charge either. Not for that specific thing.
I agree.
If you have a business and you need a new logo, I'm going to charge you for that. Sorry.
I was going to say,
got to get paid for that.
There's a lot of changes coming, everybody.
Yeah.
No more House of Free.
Yeah.
From Tracy.
Yeah, you've got to get paid for your talent. You do have to get paid for your talent. And, I know the artists are like, well, we got to get paid too. But unfortunately, when you are dealing with an independent radio station that is on the internet, if you don't have sponsorship, you're not making money. I don't make money off of this radio station, guys. I put money into it.
Right. That's how it works.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So, there's that. My computer just shut off on me. There's that. So, yeah, just remember that, if I had the money, I would love to pay artists, for that. But we do have an ASCAP license. And so if your music is registered with ASCAP, make sure you do that too. That's another thing that I forgot. Register your music with ASCAP, BMI, whatever, all of those avenues.
BMI.
Yeah.
I am registered. I think you are too, right, Ray? I'm registered with BMI.
BMI.
Yeah, that's another thing that we teach. So a lot of people, just the first steps of what you can do.
Right. It's funny that you had mentioned that because that's one of it's like everybody that we bring on hammers that concept home. As an indie artist, how important it is to have those frameworks laid down as a foundation, because those are ways that you can pay yourself or you can be paid for your art without having a major company or, like you mentioned, a sponsor feeding you dollars to bring your product to life. So and
it really it also protects your music. It also protects your art. So
it does. Well, it protects it, and then I also, we'll talk more later about it. But there is a way that by coming on a show like that you can do something within BMI, so that you are getting paid. And then again, the software that we use over here, we use it on purpose because it's going to snag your music for me and say, nope, you are not allowed to use this music unless. And so
gotta love that.
Tracking it. It's definitely one of those things that's very beneficial to our industry out there. So that's the reason I have not let the studio go. So keeping the studio means I can still make sure that we are treating them correct and proper, and they're getting the right. They're getting identified as the artist with the song too. So,
Right.
but as we've all sat here and talked almost like a family.
I'm about to say, we can literally talk to you all night long.
I know. I can't believe it's going on 10 o'clock, y'all. I'm like, wait a minute. I just looked at the time.
I know. I'm looking. I've got messages coming in multiple spots over here. And what I would advise everyone to do is to stay tuned, and we'll bring you more information as we keep rolling in, and we'll let you know. So,
Mileva the Diva, she told you how to reach out. Tell us one more time, Mileva. How would our viewers connect with you? If I'm an indie artist, I want my music played, or if I'm just I like to listen to. I'm an eclectic listener, and I love all kind of dope stuff. How do I get in contact? How do I listen to KERB? How do I listen to you? How do I reach out to Mileva the Diva?
Okay, so I'm going to first of all give you the radio station's website where you can listen for 99.9 KERB. The website is kerbonline.live. That's curbonline.live. That's the radio station. We do have an Android app. We do have an iOS app that you can download. Easy peasy, okay? It's a wonderful app.
What are those apps? Because I'm going to download the Android version.
It's new. If you go to Google Play or iOS, all you have to do is type in 99.9 KERB and it'll pop right up. Okay. And if you want to submit music, you can do it two ways. You can go to kerbonline.live and you'll see a little button there, a little photo that says submit your music. If you click that, it'll give you the option to email that music directly to me. Once again, please, metadata. Okay, please make sure you got your metadata and your cover art right. If you need help with your cover art, you can ask for that, and I will definitely help you with that. Right. Other than that, you have Mileva the Diva at curbonline.live. That is my email. You can follow me on Facebook, Mileva the Diva. And everywhere else, it's my real name because again, I have a couple of other businesses. So I use my real name in real life. It's Michelle Lee Evans. So Michele, Michelle with one L, Leeevans. It's a lot of L's and E's, y'all.
Okay. So, you got it. And I looked for you, Mileva the Diva. And I think on my current page, just under Tracy Two-Step Only, I could not find you, so we'll have to connect to each other on.
I'll find you because I followed you from my personal page, from Michelle Lee Evans on Facebook, but not from my business page, from Mileva the Diva. So I'll find you and I'll follow you.
Most definitely.
And Ray, I'll find you everywhere too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The best spot for Ray is over there at IG, and I say it that way because when we're on multiple channels, they do not like for you to say one over the other. So going live like this, we get a lot of there's a lot of rules, but it's stuff that we have to stay up to date on.
Yeah, that's too much. Like I'm just mentioning everywhere that I'm at. Why are y'all hating?
Yeah,
well, it's the people that bought out the different media sites. So no matter if you're with TikTok, no matter if you're with IG, FB, across the street, that's what you have to say is across the street. So now my I guess what would I say? My specialty is going to be tech, and then songwriting and being able to run the tech, and I have to have a ton of people to help me do it. That's not me bragging. I actually really, it's like having a truck. Now you're going to get a bunch of people calling you saying, can you come over here and help move some furniture for me?
Right. Okay.
That's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because we are able to run things and then not dump a load onto someone else. So, being able to say yes or no and be picky right now is an advantage that I had to learn the hard way. So I went and learned the hard way, and I don't intend to do it again because then it's my fault.
Right. There you go. Yeah, you learn. You got to learn from those mistakes and do not repeat them.
Most definitely. Or you hold it in and don't repeat it while you're live in front of a ton of people right now.
There you go.
For sure.
All
I
right, you
love it.
guys. I
I'm glad
again,
to
I
have
thank
you.
you all for having me. And yeah, I've got to get ready to get myself to bed because I got my podcast tomorrow, and I got a lot of research that I still have to do
Right on.
I
Right
for
on.
love
that
to hear you
podcast.
say
And
that
make sure y'all
because
tune into the part. How can they tune into the podcast tomorrow?
Same station,
same station.
KERBonline.live. We're on from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The midweek mic drop podcast with myself and, excuse me, my co-host Latanya.
Right on. For sure.
Well,
For
I
sure.
love it.
Thank you so much.
Let's get in
Appreciate you,
touch.
lady.
Yes,
Right on.
definitely. Let's, and maybe if you're available either Thursday, I do have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. They're going to pick and prod and poke at me all day Thursday because
Yeah,
I got to get everything done. Oh,
yeah.
but yeah, before the weekend, let's definitely have a phone call and connect so
Okay.
we can start putting some of these things in place.
Yes,
Sounds
ma'am.
good to me. Sounds
Sure,
good to me.
sure,
Tonight
sure.
we're wrapping up with Mileva the Diva over
Right.
here at KERB. You can go get that app, whether you're an Android user or you are a Apple user. They have an
Yes.
app for both that you can download,
Right on.
making it very easy to go see what's going on over there. Based
Yep.
out of Texas, but airing nationally all
Global.
over the world,
The
global,
internet.
Globally.
globally.
We are the most diverse internet radio station on the globe. That's what our mantra is, and we brag about it. Yes.
Well, I like that. So anything between gospel music to hip hop to
Everything.
rap, you name it. Yes, yes.
If you don't hear it, tell me that you want to hear it, and I'll get it.
most
Right on.
most definitely. And then if we were going to do one song, Ray, our people over here are like asking, did he do City Boy? So Mileva the Diva, have you seen this meme going around? And it's something I was told about it through my kids. So something to do with City Boy. And it's basically just talking about, keep up with yourself here. Like, come on, City Boy, telling the man to stop and ask for directions or keeping your shoes right.
I have not seen that or heard of it. No. I'm out of the loop.
I had neither, and I went and looked it up, and then it turned into this whole song. And because our listeners, we love you, our listeners. I'm looking over at them when I do it. We played that for them, and I just now, to be honest with you, Mileva, this is the first time back in a little bit. So they're asking Ray, where's those 4 songs?
Oh man, they on my heels, Zach.
that you are supposed to mix. So I don't know if you want to hear any of it, Mileva.
Sure.
But I was going to at least give them one. But then I'm looking at Ray and I'm asking Ray, if there's one in here, would you rather have When Your Prayers Hit the Ceiling, City Boy, or
No, you already talked it up. You got to play City Boy for
You got to play City Boy because that's the first one you went with.
fine. All right. The experts have weighted in. All right. And especially for our moderators over here, thank you to you and everything that you're doing so that we can be on multiple pages out here. This is City Boy.
City boy, yeah. That one. City boy, hear that sound? That ain't your name, that's the whole town. Say it long, say it slow. City boy, now you know. Boy, it ain't love. That's a line you just stepped over, but laugh it off if you want to. City boy, they got you. Walked in clean like you own the place. Wrong boots, wrong pace. Smiles drop, room went still. That word hit harder than a bill. Didn't sound mean, didn't yell. Sounded funny, that's how you feel. If they stretch it like that, yeah, that's that. City boy, slow it down. That small town talk going around. If they say it twice, don't stay. City boy, walk away. Boy, now you see what that word really means to me. Ain't a joke, ain't a game. City boy, not the same. Funny thing about that sound, nobody explains it. You just find out. City boy, Now you know how fast I work until you know. Laugh it off, learn and move. City boy, that's the rule. City boy, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hurry, you hurry.
Nice.
There's
Okay,
so
so-
much on here. That is they were like, that is not the version of City Boy that we want.
Right. Well, so that wasn't even the one that I remember. It was a different version. It was a more.
that is not mixed. That is a very raw first run at City Boy. What you have heard is probably the 10th run on City Boy that they love. They're like, wait a minute.
She got what's she saying? What's she saying?
So I have to say this because I saw you bopping your head, but I couldn't hear it.
Oh, you
wow.
did
Like
not.
the entire audio was muted, and I didn't know if I should speak up. So I just kind of sat here like, okay, I don't hear it.
Well, you did the
I
smart
didn't hear
thing.
a word.
It is
Wow.
depending on if you're on an Android or an Apple phone. If you're on your phone, there is
Uh-huh.
a setting in there, and so in our studio, it's only happened a few times, but I know what it is, and so normally I'd say, okay, go out and come back. So if we're in a
Yeah.
high energy music mode going, I'd tell them, go out and come back. And if
Okay,
that
because
doesn't
I'm on
fix
my
it-
iPhone. I'm on
Yeah,
my
that's
iPhone
what
right
I
now.
figured. I figured that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah,
But I
you
mean,
know what?
is it?
You did it. You did
Yeah,
what
you
a
know,
pro should do.
I
So
wasn't going to be like, hey, I can't hear it. You know,
Well,
I didn't want to
it
be
happens.
unprofessional. So I said, I'll just say something after it's done.
Trust me, you did. You had a pro move right there.
Right.
So
I thought you was walking along to it. I didn't.
No, because I did. If I was, I would have been over here like Tracy. I would have been like, okay, you saw me. I was just kind of sitting here, like, you know.
can you hear this, Mileva?
They don't tell you this.
Talking.
Mother's love isn't learned, it's instinct.
I just
Ray,
hear
did you hear
y'all.
it?
I heard it, but
Yeah, it must be something on my phone. It's a setting, like you
It's
said, on my phone.
That or when you
Get into
next
it.
time, I'll remind you, just go out and come back
Yeah.
to that link, and it'll click
Hey,
it
look.
back on for you. So that's a tip.
Okay.
If you're ever on a show, quickest thing to do is jump out and come back.
I'm
We're
back
going to
in.
wrap up in here with Mileva the Diva, looking to be one of our new homes for our
Yes.
shows and our music segments that we have here. Tonight, you're on with the Beat in the Business. I'm going to let Ray and Miss Mileva the Diva close out.
I was just gonna say peace, man. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you being on. And,
Thank y'all.
Thank you for
Yes. And thank you again to everyone who tuned in. I can't see who's saying what, only just a couple places that have I seen anything. But thank you for everyone who tuned in. And yes, remember KERBonline.live. Go run, tell your friend, tell a friend to tell a friend,
Yes.
and definitely support us. We appreciate it.
Well, we
For sure.
appreciate you and your time as well. So thank you so much. And I will definitely be in touch with you. I'm going to wrap up here with Mileva the Diva. And then I do stay here with Ray Swoop. We will stay. Hey, I see you there tuning in. And
Right.
catch up with our listeners here and our viewers. Hold on and stand by.
Thanks for being on, man. Appreciate
Good night,
so
you
much.
guys.
Definitely.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. I'm closing out now.
Little bit reckless, you can't hang, you can't handle Texas. Yeah.